Hello and good day. My name is Dimitris Kavakas. I'm the CEO of Redia Limited, and I would like to thank IVF Babble for the excellent idea of the online fertility expo, and for the invitation to share with you some information about what is Refund Guarantee IVF, and as well as what is included, what are the benefits, why getting into the insurance of guaranteeing your live birth instead of just taking your chances to do an IVF cycle on your own. So let me start by saying that live birth is the goal. Different clinics will tell you different things about success rates, and there are different ways of presenting success rate. For example, um, if you if they talk to you about clinical pregnancy, that is, clinical pregnancy is a heartbeat rate, or 12-week gestation is another way of presenting success rate, or positive pregnancy test is a simplest way of presenting success. However, depending on those stages, there is a percentage of miscarriage on average that takes place. Is higher miscarriage rate from the clinical pregnancy rate, a lowest miscarriage rate from the 12-week gestation. However, there is a miscarriage rates that varies from 10% to 20%. So if they're not giving you a live birth rate, then you know that the actual chances that you have to get a baby home, it's lower than the percentage they're giving you. Now, there's also different ways that clinics present success rates. If it's on average, I mean, if you are given a personalized success rate, then it's for you. So the best way to know about your chances to succeed is to speak to the doctor, the fertility expert, and based on your medical history and your recent exam results, they will give you your personalized success rate. Because if you are given an average, the average varies. As for example, different clinics manipulate success rates to present a better result. That is, if you present a success rate between 37 to 39, you have a different result if you present 37 to 40. So by manipulating age groups, you get actually totally different results. So the best way to, as I said, to give you an idea about your rate is to ask for a live birth during a consultation based on your specific history and issues that you face. Now, when we talk about IVF and we talk about the guarantee program, what is guaranteed, as I said, is a live birth, but you also have a multi-cycle program that includes all basic costs. These costs can be the cost of a stimulation cycle up to 3 times. So if you go to a clinic to do an IVF, you're faced with specific costs. They tell you the basic stimulation cost. An IVF cost X amount of pounds, euros, dollars, whatever you are listening from. They give you a price of the stimulation. But then after that stimulation, you get a number of embryos developed, hopefully, and only one transfer is covered in the price they will tell you. They will ask you to pay additionally for any extra embryo transfers in case the first transfer is not successful. You have to pay extra for freezing the embryos, extra from storage of the embryos, extra for medication that you will need, extra for For other lab methods, such as clinics charge extra for ICSI, which is 90% currently of cycles of IVF are using ICSI. There are clinics, particularly in the UK, that charge a large amount of money extra for just to have ICSI fertilization instead of the classical IVF. So you need to know these costs. For example, another basic cost is blastocyst developed. I mean, again, the vast majority, more than 95% of transfers made and should be made with blastocyst, because anything else than blastocyst cannot guarantee a good result. And so we know that if embryos are developed into blastocyst, they are in the best possible cultural environment to have a successful implantation. So some clinics charge extra to extend the culture of the embryo from day 3 to day 5. That is called the blastocyst culture extra charge. So these are the costs that are included in the Refund Guarantee program that you should know about it. So when you are faced with how much a Refund Guarantee program costs, you need to know what is included in those costs. So all these costs, three times stimulation cost. For example, in the first cycle, you have a stimulation and you developed 3 blastocysts. These are actually 3 transfers if you follow the single embryo transfer method, or you can transfer 2 embryos in one transfer and 1 in another, so that makes 2 embryo transfer. So all these costs are included in a Refund Guarantee program, and if these transfers are unsuccessful, you go to the second cycle. So 3 cycles of IVF is not 3 transfers. It can be many more transfers than 3, depending on how many embryos you have developed. Now, Rydia has developed an extensive network of clinics that we work to offer this Refund Guarantee program, and you can see in this map a brief clinic location that varies from Mexico and Nicaragua in America. We are talking currently with Canadian and US clinics also, so pretty soon we'll be adding Canadian and US clinics to our network. European clinics, including the UK in London, but also Spain, Greece, Czech Republic, Ukraine, Georgia, Cyprus, India, Malaysia, and South Africa are some of the countries we operate. But as I said, the network of clinics and the network of countries in which we have present developed constantly and rapidly. So basically, by getting a Refund Guarantee program through Rydia Limited, you actually are in a network of successful and quality clinics that operate internationally. So the benefit of that is that you can choose your clinic, but in case something happened in the first cycle and you're not happy with the clinic, you can stay within the program and you can change clinic. You even can change a country. For example, somebody in the UK may want to test the UK clinic that we partner with in the first cycle, and after if it's not successful, then they may want to go to Spain for the second cycle. This is possible, and as I said, you have a vast level of flexibility within the program. Our goal is to get you your live birth, your baby home that you dream of. Now, what are the treatments that we offer? The 3 types of treatments. One is the IVF 100% guarantee. That is available to women up to 37 years of age. There are medical conditions also attached. So we ask for a number of screening tests that I will speak about those in a while. Um, uh, that gives you also the flexibility and the choice to get the clinic that you need, and also there is a discount for women below 35 up to 34. So there's a different price, a discounted price, if you say, because prices, you can understand that refund guarantee works as any insurance. So there's an insurance algorithm that calculates the price based on risk. So when the risk is lower, price is lower. When the risk is higher, price is higher. So you will see in the prices that women, particularly in the second group, the IVF 50% guarantee, that are women between 38 and 39 years of age, that risk and the average success rates are much lower. You have a higher price. So this is basically the second group, which is the same in structure as the one I mentioned before, but gives only a 50% guarantee, and you can add a PGTA, a PGS option to that treatment to have a better chance of success. And finally, our donation programs, egg donation guarantee, where women up to 50 years of age can choose that program. And it's the same program up to 3 stimulation cycles. Now we're talking about donors, 3 donor stimulation cycles with all the frozen transfers included and all the other costs. Again, there are some medical conditions attached to that as well. All the programs, from the IVF 100% guarantee to 50% and the donation guarantee, can be used with a sperm donor. So in case you need a sperm donor, you can do, for example, a double donation or an IVF with your own eggs with a sperm donor. So what are the benefits? Why somebody think about decide to get into a refund guarantee program? The first benefit is share the risk. Give us the risk. You get a full refund if you don't have a baby. In most cases, in the case of the 38, 39 years old, you get a 50% refund. So basically, instead of keep on paying as you go and get all the risk of the refund on your, all the risk of the failure on yourself, you give us the risk of failure to us, and you know that you will pay a higher amount, and so it will be more expensive if you succeed first time, but you are insured, so you know that whatever happened, even if the cycle is successful, but you have a miscarriage during pregnancy, you still can continue and do another cycle without thinking of paying anything else again, or get a refund if you reach the final stage of the third cycle and you don't have a success. So in any case, you share, you give us the risk of failure to us, and you focus on doing your treatment and get the baby that you dream. Flexibility is the second benefit. So you have the ability to change the clinic, as I said before, between cycles. You can choose of a variety of clinics in different countries in the first place. So we give you choice. You can choose a more affordable clinic that the price is less, or you can choose one of the best and most prestigious clinics that are priced higher. So you can do whatever your budget allows you and your preferences allow you to do. And as I said, you can change within the program to a different clinic. A third very important benefit is financial planning. So you know exactly how much it will cost you. There are no unpleasant surprises, and you know that this price will be uh, uh, up to getting your baby, and knowing, of course, that you don't have the risk. So in case you don't reach that goal, you get your money back. So that's very important because you can plan your finances, you can save, you can get a bank loan for that amount. So you can do a financial planning. In other cases, you don't. If you pay as you go, you have no idea how much it will cost you at the end. You just keep on paying money as you need to pay. Finally, it's a quality screening. So since we share the risk of failure, we have done the pre-screening for you. So all the clinics we work with are quality clinics, because obviously we are a business and we don't want to lose money. We will pay you a refund if we need to, if you fail, but it's better for us to get you success and to get you your baby, so we don't pay you a refund. So obviously you understand this is the honest proposal. So to guarantee that, we make sure that the clinics we work with are some of the best clinics available, and there are clinics that offer you a good service, and a good result, and actually are able to bring you the result that you need. So, in a sense, it's a quality assurance. The program is a quality assurance that the clinics that we recommend are good clinics and offer good results. Now, I mentioned about the types of programs. These are the description of the programs we talked about. The IVF own egg, 100%, 50%, the egg donation, the double donation, and the embryo adoption. I need to mention the difference of this. When we talk about egg and sperm donation or double donation, we talk about stimulating a donor just for you, so you get all the eggs that a donor produces, and fertilized by donor sperm of your choice. So we developed embryos just for you, and all the embryos that are developed, or the blastocysts, are available for you to be transferred or to store for future use. In embryo adoption, it's different because we are using ready-made frozen embryos that are given for adoption from other couples that they don't need them anymore. So these are this is totally different. You don't have a choice. We don't create embryos for you. These are already made, and you get up to two embryos for every transfer. So in embryo adoption, we don't talk about different frozen embryo transfers. We talk about 3 cycles, that is 3 transfers of up to 2 embryos at a time. Now, I mentioned before the age limits. The ONEG IVF has 3 groups. The women below 35 is 100%, but it's a discounted price. And women between 35 and 37 is still 100% refund guarantee. 50% is for programs between 38 and 39. And for anybody above 40, they only can get a refund guarantee program if they're using an egg donor. Now, most of our clinics in the most countries that we operate have a limit of 50, with an exception of Ukraine and Georgia, who we can serve, we can accept women up to 52. So 50, 51 can be accepted into the egg donation program in those countries. Ovarian reserve is an important criteria. So for women in own egg IVF, women who are interested to get into a refund guarantee program with their own eggs, we would like to check their ovarian reserve. So we ask for an AMH check. So we need to know what is the level of AMH. We ask for an FSH and different hormonal panel check, particularly the FSH. That has to be on day 2 or 3 of the cycle, otherwise it's not relevant. And also an antral follicle count. This is a scan that is done again in the beginning of your cycle, day 2 or day 3, that measures the amount of follicles available in the ovaries. So that gives us the indication, together with the AMH and the FSH, of the picture of your ovarian reserve. So we need to know those data to be able to make a decision on your eligibility. The endometrium quality is also another criteria. So we ask for a scan that we demonstrate that everything is normal. There's no adenomyosis. There's no myomas or polyps or fibroids that will affect success. And we also ask for the endometrium lining measurement in the pre-ovulatory stage, usually day 10 to day 12 of your cycle. That is a scan that checks what is the lining of your endometrium, which is an important indicator to have a successful implantation. And also we ask for sperm tests. Now, the most important sperm test is the semen analysis, and this is the first thing that we ask. To check on the sperm count, of the sperm volume, the mobility, and the normal morphology according to Kruger. This is the most important parameter for this test. So depending on the percentage of the normal morphology, we may ask for further tests. I mean, if it's very good, you can be eligible, usually above 6%. But if it's low, if it's 5 and below, we may ask for a DNA fragmentation test. And in severe cases where the normal morphology is low and the fragmentation is borderline, we may ask for spermaploidy. That is called a fish sperm that check whether the sperm is able and if it's normal to fertilize and develop in successful healthy embryos. There are tests around in specific countries and clinics that with one test you can check all those parameters, but this is very much focused on specific labs that are able to do that. We cannot offer that everywhere. So in most cases, we ask for the semen analysis first to check on the morphology, and then if we need additional tests, we ask for those. Now, I would like to spend some time in talk to you about some case studies, obviously anonymous. I will not mention any identity details or any other details that may demonstrate who is the people concerned, because we're not allowed to do that. But these are patients in the 5 years that we operate in this business, and we have served hundreds of patients in the Refund Guarantee program. But I just chose 3 stories to talk to you about. So these are indications of what can happen to you. Obviously, I did not choose anyone who we had to pay a refund. Actually, we have paid refunds to a small number of people. It's an unfortunate situation, not only for us, not only financially, but the most unfortunate um, uh, 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 situation is when we realize that we failed after so many times to give a baby to a couple, and this is very sad, because I can tell you that the best thing that we enjoy is when you have a baby after a long time and a long process, and you send us a picture of the baby saying thank you, this is a dream came true. This is the most happy moment that we cherish, and that's a goal for every patient that we serve. Unfortunately, there's specific cases, very few cases. Hope that's that good thing. It's not an often case that we had to pay refunds. So let me talk to you initially about a couple used own eggs and own sperm, so partner sperm. So it was a couple that came to us after having already some unsuccessful IVF in their own country, and wanted to get into a refund guarantee program. So we had the first cycle, and we have two transfers, both unsuccessful, unfortunately. So we did a lot to try to find out, or the clinic that was overseeing the cycles did everything possible to manage to find out why we had a successful failed implantations. Then we had a second cycle where we had only two embryos to do one transfer, and we managed to get pregnancy. So we are happy that we managed to succeed. Unfortunately, around week 10, we got the information that there was a miscarriage, and we lost the pregnancy. So we prepared a third cycle, stimulate her again a third time, and we had one transfer, and that produced an established pregnancy. I'm not aware if we had the birth yet, but it had been a few months, and so it's an established progressing pregnancy. Hopefully, it will stay like that until the end. So this is a case that is beneficial for the patient, meaning that we've paid for 3 cycles, we've paid a lot of expenses, and actually, as company, we've lost money in this. Obviously, we haven't paid the refund, which is much worse, but we have paid more than we received from the couple. So that can be a scenario, because obviously, whoever is entering into this third cycle of stimulation, we know that we pay more, and we do it intentionally. We know that in some cases, we will have to pay more, we will have to lose money, but we want to go through to the end to manage to get the success for our patients. A second case that I would like to discuss is a case of a couple for egg donation. This is also an interesting case because they have suffered for a long time. They have done many different IVFs and keep on paying money and spending money and trying with their own eggs while the ovarian reserve was very low, and nobody will mention to them that there's no need to keep on spending money and keep on failing. They should go for egg donation. When they realized that that was the only possible way to have a success, they decided to do that, and they decided to enter into our program because they have paid a lot of money, so they didn't want to risk anymore to fail. So they wanted to have the financial planning, as I said before, and guarantees that we offer in the program. So the couple entered the program and went to one of our partner clinics to have a cycle. We had a very good cycle, and we had 5 blastocysts developed. That is up to 3 transfers. So they had 3 transfers in cycle 1. So they transferred 2 blastocysts in one cycle. They unfortunately was not successful. We had a second transfer of 2 blastocysts. Unfortunately, that was not successful. And we had a third transfer of the one remaining embryo, and it was good that it was resulted into a pregnancy. But again, like the previous case, the couple miscarried. I believe it was about week 8 or 9. It was a very short pregnancy. So we had to do the donor cycle all over again. We started the procedure with a new donor, and the good thing is that with a new cycle, with the first transfer, we achieved not only a pregnancy, but 9 months afterwards, we got that little nice email with a photograph of a newborn saying, "Thank you, we achieved our dream." And that's, as I said, the best moment for us. So this is another good example of what can happen in a refund guarantee program. As I said, there are multiple cases of miscarriage, and do not underestimate the percentage of miscarriage. It can be, as I said, between 10 and 20%. Actually, from a pregnancy test, on average, 20% of pregnancies that has a positive pregnancy test miscarriage. So I'm just saying that, first of all, for you to be prepared, because this is a possible scenario, not only in own egg IVF, but also in donation cycles. And the benefit that we offer as a refund guarantee, that we cover and we insure you for these cases, not only in failed implantations or in failed cycles, but also in miscarriages. And the last case I would like to bring to your attention, it was a single woman. It was a single woman, not a couple. As I said, most of our clinics, with an exception of Czech Republic. Czech Republic has a legislation that does not allow IVF to single women, unfortunately. But all the other countries that we operate can treat single women. So a single woman who wanted to do an IVF with a sperm donor, in this case, it was also an egg donation. It was a single lady in her 40s that were not able to do egg donation. In actual fact, and that's also a case I would like to bring into your attention. It was a menopausal lady. So it actually does not matter if you are in menopause. The clinic can still produce an endometrium and start one cycle and manage to have an implantation, and a successful implantation in that case. So any women who are in their 40s or late 40s and suffered or reached the stage of menopause, but they still want to have a baby, is never too late. I will say you don't need to think about immediately going to a surrogacy option. You can try with a program, and with egg donation, you can be successful. And this was a successful case. We had one unsuccessful transfer in the first cycle, but we had, as I said, frozen embryos, and the second transfer was successful and produced also a live birth. So I basically, if you understood, I gave you three cases. That the first case succeeded in the third cycle, the second in the second cycle, and the third in the first cycle. But still, there were unsuccessful transfers, there were miscarriages, there were all kinds of unpredictable situations that can happen in an IVF. So a guarantee program allows you to go through a process that is totally unpredictable and financially and psychologically and medically, by getting an assurance that whatever happened, I know exactly how much it will cost me, and I will get to the end, or if for a reason, for some reason, if you are in the 3% of our patients that are that do not have success after 3 different cycles, then you know that you get at least your money back. That's the least we could do to support you in this. So in case you have any information, and if you need any information, you can contact us, and actually after this webinar you can visit our booth. Rydia IVF Travel is a booth. You can see the logo, you click on the booth, and we have coordinators, and I will be personally make sure that I'm available for a while after the webinar, but also you can ask one of our coordinators who will be live chatting with you at our booth to book an appointment with me, so we can personally have a conversation. You can visit our website and have an online appointment there as well, or you can send us an email at the email that you see at the screen. We would like to be able to help you and assist you. We can give you all the information about all the clinics we partner with, whatever question you may have on the program. And as I said, the basic benefit for entering a refund guarantee program is not just knowing that you will get a refund before, if you don't have a success, but also you can, doing the financial planning, know exactly how much it will cost you, and also be assured that the clinics that we operate are only the best, and we only work with the best because this is the way you can guarantee that you are in the right hand, in the safe hands, that actually want to get you a success. You know that they're not after getting your money and doing whatever in order to be paid, because if you there are cases, unfortunately, IVF is not a paradise world, so you get good clinics, you also get bad clinics. We can hear, I have, from my experience, I know cases of clinics that we do anything, they know that the cycle is going to fail, but they will still do it, because if they don't do the transfer, they will not get paid. So they will do anything, all the treatment until the end. They will get paid, knowing that they will, for sure, there's not going to be any success, without informing the patient. Unfortunately, these things happen. Being in a guarantee program, you know that this is not the case, because your goal has become our vital interest. So we want your success, and we want it as soon as possible. So this is why we encourage you to talk to us if you are interested in getting into such a program, so we can go through everything with you and hopefully get you the success that you will need.